and Solo should be fighting that payback.
But you can try.
Yeah, by the way, Neek's got Jared Goff out of there for Matt Stafford again. Anyway, listen. Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott is going to have the highest passer rating of his career. I think that he's going to be efficient this season.
What?
He's going to be productive. And ultimately, he's going to put all this noise of the offseason, including Trey Lance, whatever that's about, and he's going to have the highest passer rating of his career.
All right, Neek, can you one-up Jeff Darlington on your bold prediction?
Absolutely. I thought we were doing bold predictions, not tepid takes, Jeff. This is my prediction. Dak Prescott will be the league MVP. How about that? The defense will play incredibly well. They'll win the NFC. They'll have the number one seed in the NFC, and you can't avoid but give Dak Prescott the MVP if he does that, because
the fuck?
He'll be the best quarterback in the entire, well, maybe not the best quarterback, next to Patrick Mahomes, but still deserving of the MVP because the story will be so good. Tepid take, Jeff.
Be careful. Our producers will create a segment called Tepid Takes.
I would like a segment. Yes, I would like a segment called Tepid Takes. If we could get that to happen that way, I think that would really make my career take off.
Oh,
we
Lord.
don't do that
Tepid
here.
Takes.
But you know what happens, Jeff. You say it's going to happen, and you don't want to see the graphic for Tepid Takes, especially if it involves you. All right, so let's get some reaction, though, to this. D. Wood, Dak Prescott, we've been talking about, is he playing for his job?
Oh, my God.
He might be the MVP.
He could, man. Like we gotta, I don't know what this whole take, like, people think Dak Prescott is a scrub or something.
He's a scrub.
Prescott absolutely could, play like this. I said it in hour number one, the biggest unknown is Mike McCarthy's play calling, right? Like that has a direct correlation to the quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Dak Prescott, here's all the noise. We've been talking about it all offseason long. And so I think the Dallas Cowboys are built, and I think Dak Prescott is built to have a big season this year. And last year we saw the wide receivers couldn't separate outside CeeDee Lamb, bring in Brandon Cooks. I think Dak's going to cook this year.
So So you're buying that more than you would what we've been talking about, which is this could be the end for him if he doesn't have.
I've never bought into like Dak just being the end for Dak or anything. I think
this is crazy shit.
I always felt like last year was like an aberration as far as Dak, throwing all those turnovers and stuff like that. I think Dak is going to come back and have a big year this year.
All right, Mr. Tepid Takes, you kind of set this up by saying, Jeff, that you
feel like
we've
had enough of that.
He can have a better pass.
What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And I haven't been here much, so let me go ahead and do a mic check, make sure that the microphone sounds okay. Does the mic sound good?
Nice, check 3.
Are you ready? Mike. Guess what day it is? Day
before they go back to work.
Oh, I work every day, so it's not like that's a new thing. I work literally every day. Well, okay. It's Friday, man. It's Friday night, and did you just get paid? Oh, okay. I didn't either, so I'm with you. And you know what? It's time for a delivery of the mail.
But
it's the mailman.
Make the announcement.
What announcement?
Rashid, myself, and DJ booked.
Booked what? You're booking on out of here?
Our Airbnb for WrestleMania. So we're going to be in Philly for WrestleMania.
Okay, so you're going to be in Philly. So you're going to be there taking in that stank.
Hey, the place we got.
Okay.
I'll show you the place. You're going to be like, that's nice.
Okay.
I'll show you after a lot.
All right, well.
So I was like,
let me say hello to the mailman. What's up, mailman?
What's going on, everybody?
Man,
how are you, Mark?
I'm good. Well, I'm happy to hear that they're going to Wrestling Mania. I don't know when it is.
It's in March. It's in March. Right?
Oh,
the end of March.
So they got a lot of time for that.
April.
All right. Well, let me say hello because you know what? It's a holiday weekend, but it's always holiday here because we have such a abundance of wonderful ladies like Angelica Barone. Stacy Schubert. What's up, Stacy? We got Miss Gibson. What's up, Miss Gibson? We got Gina Dallas Diva. What's up, Gina Dallas Diva? Lady Libra in the house. And, you know, I'm a Libra, too.
Gina, what's up, Gina?
I'm a Libra, too, by the way. My birthday's October 10th. Did I miss any of the wonderful
Kelly
ladies?
in here. You got Kiana
Kelly?
Gibson's in here.
I got Miss Gibson. Kelly, what's up, Kelly? You know, I got my glasses on, but I need to get my prescription upgraded. So how you doing today, man? I know it gets to be hard. You know, at least the weather seems like it's cooling down some.
I was off today. I'm off for 4 days in a row, actually. This is my 3-day weekend plus the holiday. No mail on Monday. It's a federal holiday. So I got a 4-day relaxation, but I'll be doing stuff. You know me. I can't
Well, I'm getting a little closer to you from Harrisburg. You know what was crazy yesterday morning? Sitting there at the Red Brick House, because, you know, we worked all summer, and we know it's gotten hot. This year has been hotter than hell. You know, I've seen the devil sitting on the corner sweating his ass off and stuff. It's been so hot. Yesterday morning, I was sitting out. You know, Tracy said, "Come on outside." She picks me, like, you know, now that we're actually have occupancy, she made me this coffee that it had the whole, you know, whipped milk and stuff on top of it. I was like, "Damn, this looked like Starbucks and stuff." She said, "Well, maybe
I know it's all the froth, man.
all that froth and stuff." I was like, "Damn, maybe we should make this a coffee spot." And she's like, "Come outside and sit down." And we sat down on the deck, and the wind that was blowing, it was like, it's cold. It felt like fall. It felt like freaking football. Walker Wade, what's up? Walker Wade, man. How's my buddy doing?
Take the money out, all of it.
And then there's Miss Hot Sauce. What's up, Miss Hot Sauce? So the weather is turning.
It is, but next week it's going up into the high 90s again.
Okay, well, all right. Well, maybe it'll cool down. Maybe it'll cool down. Okay, but it was nice yesterday. It gave me the feeling that it's football weather.
Absolutely.
You know, it's kind of crazy about watching ESPN with everything is just Dak Prescott. My God. Every single day. Dak Prescott's playing for his job?
Yeah, because of
what? Matthew Stafford, Mike Greenberg literally said, "How about if the Cowboys next year got a Texas boy back home in Matthew Stafford? He's gotten a Super Bowl ring. They move on from Dak Prescott." And I'm just kind of like, y'all aren't even in reality anymore. Is this now Disney? Yeah. You know, fantasy world now that this is not any longer sports?
If anybody's going to replace that Prescott, it's going
they're clearly not, looking at.
I'm just saying, though, that's obvious.
Anything. They're not doing any homework. They're just throwing stuff up against the wall.
I don't know what happened to him, man. It is just truly the clown show now. Now, I know.
I think I know what it is.
What is it?
Well, my opinion is I think that.
I give you that clip.
I think that the ratings are not good, and they are just trying anything. They're like, we can't talk about the news anymore. News isn't good enough. We need to start something. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Use Cowboys, go. You know, it's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating.
It used to be, I think, more... I can't believe this. Now it's just like, okay, what stupid thing are they going to come up with now?
I expect it.
I mean, literally, I was telling you about Kmart. She seems to me like that every woman has that girlfriend that is the shit starter. That she's always going to tell, "Oh, I love your guy. He's so nice," but she's going to trash him at the same time and try and break you up, and then try and get with your man. That's what she reminds me of. Because she's like, "Oh, has Jerry shown you the love? Does he really care about you?" No, girl, I'm just looking out for you.
Yeah, right.
It's okay.
Uh-oh, E2 Blue in the house.
E2 in the house. The champ is here. What's up, E2? So I got to figure out, I need to figure out who's coming for the game
I'll be here for the Jets game, though.
You'll be here for the Jets game? Okay. So will Rashid be here?
Yeah, he'll be here.
Oh, man.
Can you do me a favor?
What's that?
As Rashid said, y'all do some extra clowning.
Okay. Well, he's confident that the Giants are winning. But then he's been confident the Giants are winning.
But they did lose to us twice and the Eagles and still made the playoffs.
All right. So
there's still hope for them if they lose against us.
Here we are. Now that the dust is cleared, you and I were having a great conversation on the phone there earlier and I apologize for the noise in the workshop there, Brian, because I was working. I multitask.
That was fine.
The Trey Lance saga. The more I see him, the more I actually like him because, it seems like he's happy to be here. Are the Dallas Cowboys now the reclamation destination?
He's happy to be wanted.
Because I think about, like, say, J-Ron Curse, Minnesota, and he ended up turning his career around. Now you look at it and say he's a great player. Now, I'm not saying that Trey Lance is going to be there, but it seems like the weight of the world is off his shoulders, and he feels like, I'm just happy to be free. I'm just happy to be here, have a job. I can learn from Dak, and I can chill. But, he is going to be the most popular guy on the bench.
Well, but the best thing for him is he's not expected. In his mind, he's coming to learn the offense. Supposedly, he's a savant and already picked it up on paper, to actually go out on the field. But he's already learned the playbook, which is pretty darn impressive. What up, Thomas Garrett?
Kevin Edwards says, we still need a good backup quarterback. Well, if you listen to Skip Bayless, he pretty much says you got a starting quarterback right there that's better than Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush.
Most likely,
I don't know about
Dak's
better
gonna
than
be
Dak
signed
Prescott.
long term, so then that's going to shut that up.
I don't know about better than that.
No, it won't shut it up. Here's the thing that's always so funny to me. When it was time for him to get paid before, you remember how it was? You can't pay a quarterback. If they're not on their rookie deals, you're not winning a Super Bowl. Dak Prescott's taking too much of the pie. They won't be able to sign other players. It's amazing how everybody's blowing that shit out the water. Ain't nobody saying anything about all that. And I am sick and tired of people talking about Dak Prescott, those 2 interceptions he had, against the 49ers. Trevor Lawrence had 5 interceptions in the 2 games he played, right, in the playoffs?
I do.
5.
And he still won.
Ain't nobody said anything about that. But that's okay, right?
He still won one of them.
He had 4 the first game.
And they still won.
They still won. But guess what?
Dak Prescott done the same thing, too.
All season long, Dak was throwing multiple interceptions and we were still winning. So where's the problem?
Yeah, after he got back from injury.
Yeah, okay.
If Dak signs a long-term deal, it'll quiet it down. Number one, Dak's here. I don't know what people are not seeing. The only way this kid's going to get a shot, God forbid, is if Dak gets knocked out for a few games.
And then Cooper Rush gets knocked out as well.
Not this year, but probably next year. He has to progress. He's only 23. He's younger than some of the rookies that are coming out, meaning Trey Lance. So he has all the size, the measurables, the mobility, the smarts. What he don't have is the experience. He didn't play many college games. He was thrust into the starting role. He suffered some devastating injuries, a lot of bad luck. He has all the tools, but he could be a great backup and possibly a starter. But the good thing is he's not looking at like, I got to get in there. He's looking at, oh, man, I'm able to take a deep breath. I'm not expected to be the guy right now. I'm actually good. They're saying his footwork is horrendous. So all you Mike, his Shanahan lovers out there, his footwork was horrible, people. That's what they're identifying now. Trey Lance's footwork was horrible. And if anybody knows anything about quarterback play in the NFL, your feet are everything. It's where your feet are at, so just let the guy settle in.
Yeah. Yeah, right. We don't need Trey Lance play. I mean, for all we know, because see, this is the thing that's funny is people don't realize that Steve Young started out in Tampa Bay, and he was
creamsicle.
He was ass.
Oh, I didn't know.
He looked like the throwing Samoan is what they used to call him. He was terrible. he, I can't remember if he got traded or if he got cut, but he ended up going to San Francisco, sitting for years behind Joe Montana, and
how about Aaron Rodgers?
I think he got traded.
Aaron Rodgers, was it 4 years he sat behind?
At least.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers was locked on the bench behind Brett. Did that hurt him?
No. I think I think a lot of times young guys like Trey Lance, you're the number 3 pick in the draft. You're going to
3 number ones and
they gave a 3 number ones for him.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
3 number ones.
At least he went to a good team.
It's like, well, you got to play him. Well, okay, but if you don't win and you ruin a guy,
but then you get Brock Purdy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You wonder if Baker Mayfield hadn't gone to the Cleveland Browns, because the Cleveland Browns just seem like they kill quarterbacks. If you go to a Kansas City and have an Andy Reid, I think it's a lot different than if you go to the Cleveland Browns, right?
And Deshaun Watson's not.
Oh, Deshaun
Watson may not even start.
No, he's going to start. He's made team captain, but we'll see how good he plays. Because remember, he's better than Dak Prescott, of course.
His backup actually looked good in the preseason,
and you might see him
start some of the games.
Yeah, if Deshaun Watson stinks the place up, wow, somebody's head has to roll.
And he was like a later round pick too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, but I am curious as to what offense we got. We got Hunter Lipke, a.k.a. John Kuhn II. So we got a fullback who can run downhill, who can lead block. Reven S., what's up?
Take the money out.
We got
all of it.
4 tight ends, right?
Yeah.
We got Dak Prescott calling plays and looking good with it. We got Mike McCarthy calling the offense.
He was in the USFL before he went to Tampa. Steve Young.
He may have been in the USFL first and then with the Tampa. Yes.
That was back when the
USFL was getting. He had a long journey to becoming a Hall of Famer. Long journey. Shout out to him. Appreciate that, Reven. You educating us.
I didn't know he was in the USFL.
There were a lot of guys, because like Gary Clark was in the USFL, and Jim Kelly was in the USFL and things. The USFL, they came out with a whole lot of cash and enticed a lot of draft picks to go there.
Yeah, but their mistake was
they went belly up.
Going up against NFL.
I don't know how you feel, but I want to know, what is this offense going to look like? Because Mike McCarthy.
See, that's the thing. Remember I said prior to the preseason, the one advantage we have is, especially early on, is nobody's going to know how we're going to attack them. If you're lining up, okay, what are you going to do? You're going to really play what they played last year until they don't show that. What's the defense going to do? All is well.
9% of our runs will
be on the right side.
Probably so. Oh my God. I don't know about that. If Tyron Smith is truly healthy,
that's a game changer right there.
And you've got Tyler Smith over there,
that's a game changer.
Well, what it does is allow you to run either side, as opposed to the defense knows, they're going right all the time in a big play. Now it's,
either way. Here's the thing that's crazy.
I'm going to hold my breath the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. If they stay healthy, the weakest link is Biotish, who was a Pro Bowler last year. That's kind of crazy. But again, here's what was interesting. Did you see where Tyron Smith and Dak were giving Zach Martin the gold chain?
I did not.
So Madden, evidently, it's a 99 because he got a 99 rating.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, okay.
So they have like a gold pendant or chain or necklace and all that. So Dak and Tyron Smith are going over and they're giving it to Zach Martin. And looking at Tyron Smith, I met Tyron Smith in 2012. Was the first time I met him. And I remember meeting him at an autograph signing show and telling him, I will see you in 2 weeks at Oxnard. And he was like, yeah, okay. And in 2 weeks, I was there at Oxnard on the practice field with the photographer and my wife. And he was like, you weren't kidding, were you? I was like, no, I wasn't. I told you. Me and Joe Boo were coming back. He's like, keep the voodoo doll away from me. But it's like, but bro, you just got the $97 million contract. He didn't bring any bad luck there, bro. But looking at him, he looked, maybe I'm just delusional, but he looked really good. He looked a little bit younger, and he
got married and had a Right? He had another baby.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a different person now. I mean, everybody forgets how young he was when we drafted him.
Yeah.
He's only, 31?
Yeah.
So,
He's got a lot of miles on that body.
Yeah, he does.
Linda, what's up, Linda?
But we have a big advantage going into the season. We're just in a lot different place than we were last year at this time, and we're going into a tough place to play. I expect it to be a close game, but I think we're gonna win the game, man. I just do. I think we're gonna take. Looking at the schedule, I'm gonna revisit the schedule. Before
wrestling.
game one.
On your own.
No.
It looks pretty strong,
show.
man. That big game would be nice to win in New York. It'll set a tone, man. You come home against Aaron Rodgers, get the W at the Cardinals. Come on now.
I think Philly 500
at home early. I like that.
I think Philly 500 is scared because he's like, the Cowboys, they're going to start out 0-2, and we need to get a hot start to start out. It's like, what?
I mean, we might
0-2?
We're not starting out.
We'll go 1-1, not 0-2.
I'm
not sure about the
Jets.
latest
rumor.
Aaron
It's
Rodgers.
not on Pro Football Talk. I saw.
No.
I think we'll beat the Giants. I know we'll beat the Giants.
No, it's about the Cowboys. Of course, it's about the
It's
Cowboys.
always about the Cowboys. Everything's always about the Cowboys.
Not so much in week one, but Chris Jones to the Cowboys.
Chris Jones.
For a number 1 pick and Osa Odigizua. So I don't know what you think about that. Chris Jones is unbelievable.
He's unbelievable. But the Cowboys,
But you have to pay him. But you'd have to
yeah.
give up a number 1 and Osa. I don't think Dallas would do it.
Now, was that one of those proposed trades?
It was from somebody that was close to the Kansas City that there have been conversations.
Twiz, Jeff Lee, what's up? Crazy
Jeff Lee.
I'm just throwing it out there, shit.
You know what?
ESPN talks about stuff that's not even close to being right. This was actually, it's being talked about. So, that would be as much as I like Osa. Chris Jones single-handedly kept that defense.
Well, I tell you what, Chris Jones, you put that on there with everything else you have.
I don't think it'll happen, but it is it is being talked about, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about that. We have enough to pay. The reason why he's not happy is he wants to be paid. So he's a great player, though, So it's kind of like, what do you do? Are you ready to win? Are we gonna roll the dice? I think Osa's young. I think we roll with what we got. I do. What's up, Ruben Walls?
So Travis Kelce is pleading for him to return. Can you please come back?
Boza is holding out too for the 49ers.
Okay.
But they expect him to be back for week 1.
The way this offseason has gone, nothing would surprise me. But, I look at Jerry Jones.
Well, we let the Bohannon.
I wonder our team's holding out.
Yeah.
Anymore.
I'm saying there's a little smoke there. I'm thinking. I don't know. There's a little smoke there. You bring in
Kelly says she doesn't feel right about it. Says no to Chris Jones.
Who? Yeah, I would say
all is well.
All is well.
What's up, Alan Williams? How are you? What's the highest points we will score this year? All is well.
48.
I didn't analyze.
Let's see. We play the Eagles. Okay, so we play the Eagles twice, and the last 3 games, the worst one has been 40 points for Dak. So
it could be a 50 burger.
It could be a 50 burger there.
Yeah. It could be a 50 burger.
It could be a 50 burger because you know what Dak always says about the Eagles. He literally says,
"Fuck them birds. Fly, Eagles, fly." Now we shoot those birds out of the sky. Stupid dumbasses managed to give up a 3rd and 30 to my sexy arm. Pathetic defense and team. No wonder I own those piece of shit frauds every damn year. Don't get me started on the fans. You boo me while I earned a respected award. Losing the Super Bowl was just karma for you fuckheads. I can't wait to drop 100 on your heads next season while being the daddy of the NFC East again.
All right,
Big
there
Daddy.
we go. Yeah, fuck them birds. All right, so I want to say, I'm afraid to say it. I know we lost Overshone, but I feel good that we are pretty much intact, pretty well going into the season.
Yeah.
We're far and away better positioned than we were this time last year.
Yeah.
Last year, we were ass. David
On
Wiley.
defense, my only concern is
And our number 2
linebacker a
pick
little
is actually
bit.
looking
Depth
good this
at
year. Our number 2
linebacker.
tight end. It's actually looking good preseason.
What's up, Mark and Game Time and Michael?
It's
Anthony?
cooking time.
Cooking
Oh
time.
man, David, I gotta get you. You got to give me a weekend to get you down to the Red Brick House because it's a couple hours to get there, and a couple hours to get back. But you will love that kitchen. You will. You might get there and say, "Yeah, I know exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna pick up the phone and say, honey, I'm never coming back. Bye." I'm serious. It's David. We had to raise the hood up higher because Tracy said we got to make sure it's bun proof. So she had her hair up in a bun, and she had to make sure that she could lean forward on there. So I think it's David Wiley proof that you won't hit your head on the hood.
Okay? So you did move it up a little bit.
It is up. I can walk up underneath of it and have a good
first had
4 or 5. Yeah, it was low.
I'm like, it was.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that needs to be moved up, but I didn't know how easy that would have been.
Well, it was actually that's as tall as it's supposed to be. I had to modify it to make it go up further. So so I was like, I don't know, honey, if I want to cut this thing because once it's cut, I can't send it back.
I just wanted it up because it's glass too, and
yeah.
to see.
Now we got it up. It looks good. It looks like an alien spaceship.
What I saw the other day. I saw your
It
video.
looks like you're in there at night.
Oh, that's what that video was.
And
about.
it looks like it looks like a UFO coming to
We
land.
could put a camera in the middle of the thing.
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh my God.
We could put a camera on the back wall. Look at me. I could have people sitting at the island.
I'm telling you, it's perfect. It'll be perfect for a cooking show. I'm telling you. Okay, because it's magnetic. So I got a magnetic, Mevo camera. You're gonna see that food just sizzling. You're gonna see the steam and the smoke just rising right through the camera. Oh my God! Forever Fashion Runway. We should have the deepest running back depth in the league. I think we're gonna rotate them on the offense like we did the D line. The defensive coaches won't know who to prepare for from week to week. I had a thought on that too. Walker Wade, wishing we would have gotten Bobby Wagner this season. Well, that was last year.
It would now
was
looking
last
at it
season.
now, yeah, but
Cares about last
Yeah.
season.
Some young
We're
guys.
good on defense.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
We're good
He
on
is a
D.
year older. He got the
We're gonna
Ram
use some
stank on him.
safeties.
But
I'll tell you one thing.
what's that?
Noah Igbenogany, that's how you say it. The guy that we traded
Yes.
for Boss Man Fat.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, if you ever hear this guy talk,
I heard his interview. Shout out to Michael.
He's a track athlete,
Mm-hmm.
very fast. He can play the outside.
David Wiley.
Special teams.
Just a couple days off.
I think this kid's gonna be good here. He's very happy, to get out of Miami, looking for a new start. I think he's gonna give us way more than Boss Man Fat did.
Mary Lon, welcome to the chat. I saw the interview with him, and that's where I look at it and say, I think we're the reclamation team now because he seemed like,
he was happy.
he was just like, I'm just glad to be out of Miami, and to get a fresh start and to start over. And,
He didn't find out until he went to practice.
Now, I don't know if that's just, of course, because he's got a new spot and wants to make a good impression. But genuinely, both of those guys, him and Trey Lance, you looked at that and said, those guys really and truly are happy to be away from where they were.
From Miami, where it did not work out, and he
especially
said,
being a place where people care about you.
well, he said a lot of it was he had to go through that. These young players, they all don't know, they all don't come into the NFL with the right mindset and what has to be done. Sometimes it takes another stop, like a failure for you to say, listen, I got to stop doing this, this, and this. I got to focus here, whatever. He was more talking off the field stuff. And now he's coming to Dallas, the biggest stage ever. He's got a new lease on life. Nobody's prejudging him. He was a first-round pick, people.
First round.
Drafted in a first round. He's a speedy guy.
Right.
So
I'm gonna take umbrage with Twiz. You know what, Twiz? I am just sick of this shit. I'm sick of listening to you guys because you know what? You've been to 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years. Okay, well, you know what? You guys keep talking about how great your ass is in the in the 2000s. We the team of the division and this, that, and the other. Yeah, okay. Then how come you haven't at least gotten a more than a fifth of the way to where we are with Super Bowls? I know our trophies are old and shit like that. You guys were one of the original cornerstone franchises. It took you what 53 years before you won one? Dude, get the fuck out of here with that garbage, man. I'm sick of that. You guys have been. Well, if you were so great, then why ain't you passed us? Huh? Seriously, Twiz? Y'all shit is getting old. Because you know what? Your ass is going down this year. You're going down.
Hey,
damn!
The Giants won 2 Super Bowls in the 2000s.
Seriously,
in the 2000s.
I am so happy that the season is here, so we can stop listening to these jackasses talking about how great they are. Look, Philly 500. It's still back to sending me videos. Cowboys about to start out 0-2. You mean the same jackass that said Justin Jefferson is ass? That guy?
As Rashid says.
Oh, don't even bring up Rashid, man.
No. As Rashid says, the clowning. Stop the clowning. That's when you tell the Eagle fans, stop the clowning.
You know what? Here's what I got to say to Eagle fans.
I'll give you the clip, too, if you want it.
23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this piece. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
King Kong ain't got shit on me, damn it. Not a damn thing. All right. Back to where we were. Twiz. Come on, man. Come on. He's just ignoring that I just cussed his ass out.
Stop the clowning.
He gone.
Okay.
Go back out with the animal.
The clowning.
Where's Rashid? Well, actually, keep Rashid in your thoughts and stuff. This is the anniversary of his mom passing. Okay?
Yeah.
16. It was 16.
It's
since 16.
In 2016.
Yeah.
So it's a hard night for him. So we're not going to clown him too much. And the Giants, even though we're going to kick their teeth in New York.
I was just clowning the Eagles, but I was like the saying about the clowning that he put on the short.
Yeah.
I was like the saying.
All right. So what do you think the offense is going to do? You think we're going to end up throwing all the interceptions? You think we're going to be blowing mother humpers out?
Yeah. You know, the first interception. There he is. You know, he's not going to throw. He's got unbelievable confidence. He made a statement, I don't know if it was yesterday or today, but I saw the comments. There is speed all over the offense.
Yeah. Oh, my God, everywhere.
And he was really pumping up Deuce Vaughn. And we saw Deuce Vaughn. I'm not trying to get carried away. But, man, is it a breath of fresh air.
That boy's fast.
If you guys get a chance to watch I watched it early this morning. I was up real early. The Deep Blue, the latest one. It's about the draft. I forget the name of it. I'm looking it up now. Multimedia. Let's see here. Yeah, it's about the draft picks. It's like the like 8. Yeah, you'll have to look it up on DallasCowboys.com. I don't know what it's called. But they have the whole thing with Deuce Vaughn and his father. You know, it goes way back. It goes back to Darren Woodson being drafted, and it's showing you footage. You know, Parcells was on record as saying if he had Darren Woodson for more than 1 year, he would already be in the Hall of Fame. So I don't know if that was the slash at Dave Campo or what, but yeah. But yeah, man, the latest Deep Blue is awesome. Just check it out.
I'll check that out.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about Micah Parsons basically guaranteeing that he's going to have a Super Bowl?
I don't know, man. I worry about him staying healthy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care about him saying about Super Bowl. I want him thinking that way. But I just know him. He's a little reckless with his body at times. It's a long season. But he's ready to roll, man. He is ready to go. You saw him on the sideline at the preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
He was not happy. You can tell he wanted to be in the game. He doesn't like being on the sideline. He just don't.
He's a competitor at everything.
So good luck, Danny Dimes, week 1.
Oh, man.
My man's coming for you.
And he's hungry.
D-Law's getting you. If D-Law ain't getting you, Mozzie and Osa's going to have a breakout. And then you're going to throw it to the outside. No, by the way, you got Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon, the ball hawk Diggs. And, oh, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting to see them. But, I was having an interesting thought. So, with our running back by committee, and I'm okay that we don't try and overload Tony Pollard. I still worry about his fragility. I love the sprinkling in of Deuce Vaughn because he's definitely a change-up. When you're trying to find him in the backfield and stuff, and that speed, he's gone.
Yep.
Rico Dowdle, I'm okay with him kind of being. To me, he reminds me of?
Rico.
He reminds me a little bit of Marion Barber.
Really?
It's just that he's not looking for the contact. But when you see him run upright the way he does with the power and everything else, to me, that reminds me, rest his soul.
Yeah, and Hunter Lepke.
And Hunter Lepke. Oh, John
He's a
Kuhn,
big
too.
Boy. And he likes to run out of the single back. Everybody's saying fullback. Now, he's a John Kuhn. John Kuhn was more of a single back. You get a lead, and you put him in a game in the fourth quarter in a single back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Let Pollard do the damage early in the game, and that's what this is going to be here. We are all saying it's going to be one of those deals where I think they're going to run the ball in the end a decent amount. It ain't going to feel it, but we're going to get leads, and then we're going to run. That's what we should have done last year. And
truth, yeah.
Man, I'm excited.
That's
to
been
see it.
one of the things in our DNA that we haven't done, that we have been screwing the pooch
back
on.
in the 90s where we would get a lead and
Just
it
run the
made
hell
for
out of it.
boring TV because they were like, first down, Emmitt Smith. That's what you need, though. You slow the game
If you want to
down.
win, it's not about the stats and stuff and all that.
But see, that's the thing. The stats will be there because they're going to have to suck up to stop the run. And then what does that do? You got Brandon Cooks, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Jalen Tolbert. Very, very incredible.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of weapons on there. But I think, when you think about this, because like Saquon, and I know Rashid must not be listening because as soon as you say Saquon, usually his head pops up like, But when you look at Saquon's first game of the season, he was a beast. The first half of the season, he was doing really well. Second half, I don't think he had a 100-yard game. After that, he kind of wore down. If the Cowboys having this rotation of 3 backs, if they're not getting more than 10, 15 carries a game, by the time the season ends, hopefully they should be in better shape than what a Barkley is, who's been carrying a load, 300 plus
Barkley,
carries.
That's the one thing about Saquon. He always gets off to a good start, but after a month in the season, I don't know who their backup is. So if they want to keep him fresh, they need to expel him, but they won't. They'll use and abuse him.
Yeah.
But what I thought was interesting of that Deep Blue series, it's called War Stories 2. And basically, it covers 8 of the draft picks over the years. And they actually have footage from each one of them. This past year, remember I keep talking about Jalen Brooks. I really liked them. Well, they were talking about, because they actually showed footage, they were going to take Jalen Brooks in the 5th round. They were like, Jalen Brooks. And that's when Deuce Vaughn, because they kept saying Brooks. That's who they meant. The guy that they drafted in the 7th round, that he was there. So the fact that he made the 53, telling you, man, watch out for this kid. We are so deep. So deep. It's like either we have too much which I'm not saying we have too much, or we have not enough.
Offensive line, not enough. I'm still worried about that.
It's like either too much or not enough. I think we're loaded.
Well, Stephen Jones says he believes in our guys, and that showed in the 53-man roster and the practice squad.
But every once in a while, you need to go out and get yourself that one piece that puts you over the top. That's the only reason why I brought up that.
Chris Jones would definitely
that was the only reason why I brought it up. I saw it in two different spots. One was laying out actual names of what it would take. I think it was a scout, somebody within Kansas City, or I think it was a reporter, like a Galkin, but in Kansas City. It's on the table. So it's interesting. I don't think Dallas will do it, but I don't know. That's because you're giving up Osa, but
Osa and a number one. That would be a lot.
And a number one. But Chris Jones is the best, arguably the best D lineman.
You put him. Oh my God, though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to get everybody too worked up, but I'm telling you, where there's smoke, there's fire here.
Well, here's the way you look at it.
They're trying to trade him.
I mean, that's like the Von Miller move, of course. That's going to be the icing on the cake to make sure that this defense ain't nobody going to do shit.
Because I don't want them to say, because on my live stream yesterday, somebody brought up, about Dallas and Dak, and I said, listen, Dak's not going to get the credit. I said, they were talking about the Dallas defense not being that great or overhyped. I'm like, okay, so I need to know now before the season. Is it overhyped or are they great? I need to know now.
Right, so I can throw it in your face.
Change your narrative after we go on and win a Super Bowl. I don't want to hear, but Dak had a number one defense. Well, are they overhyped? Are they not good? Well, what are they?
Tom Brady never had a worse than 8.
Yeah.
Defense, and that was Tampa Bay. A couple of those years they had the number one defense. Now, people don't realize that Bill Belichick is a defensive guy, and that's what they do.
Yeah, and they kept Jordan Lewis, because what happened last year with how thin we got in the secondary. My Lord, we're deep everywhere. I mean, linebacker, we're a little bit shallow, and offensive line. Those are the two areas. Linebackers are going to we kept 6 safeties. 3 of them are going to play linebacker. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
we're going to be fine there.
Well, I called our defense, or actually our team, the Transformers. That's my
John Doe. Eagles going 9-8.
Okay,
Atlanta's gone.
I'd be happy with 8 and 9 actually for them, but be that as it may.
I think they're going to win more than that, but
man, that murderous row that they got there, man. That's a tough stretch. That's a tough stretch.
We'll see. If they get out to a 4-0 start, then they're it's not to be unexpected.
What's funny is when you think about some of the great teams and great young players that went to the Super Bowl that thought, "Oh, this is easy. I'll definitely be back." Guys like Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino, McNugget.
Yeah.
That team was dominating the NFC East. They won 3 division titles in a row. The last time a team won back-to-back ones for division, never got back. There's no guarantee for you Eagles, as much as you guys believe the hype that's out there. The hype on you guys is as bad as the negativity on Dak Prescott. It's 2 things that you can guarantee you will see on ESPN. The Eagles are the greatest team of all times, and they're going to the Super Bowl and blowing out whoever. And Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys suck. Did I get it right for ESPN?
Yeah, you pretty much nailed ESPN. Linda, she's always a gracious Eagle fan. She says Dallas has done a great job improving and actually has impressed with their offseason moves. Monty Smith was a perfect pick, and the free agent signings, I applaud. Yeah, because we were talking yesterday, and Linda, we were talking about who we've lost. I said both teams, because both teams lost players, to other teams. I said that means you're actually drafting well. When teams want your players, yeah, it sucks, but that means that they're actually drafting well.
Yeah, that they're good players.
So
and unfortunately, you can't keep everybody.
Yeah, you cannot keep everybody. So I wish they would have done things a little different to keep Isaiah Land. Other than that, Jabril Cox had the opportunity to come back here. I don't think people realize that. The only player that we lost was Lands. Cox could have came back, chose to go to Washington. Greer chose to leave, and the other guy, I forget. I don't have the
Jeffrey Hubbard. Shout out to Jeffrey.
Those three chose better situations. Oh, Dennis Houston with the Giants. They were claimed, but we could have retained him. But they
too many people. Yeah.
So I don't blame them. They're in a better situation. Will Greer's in a better situation in Cincinnati, so that's fine. He was nothing but a number 4 here.
Right. A practice squad that would never get off the practice squad. But
there's always jokes in here, Angelica. You know that.
Jokes, there's lots of jokes. Look at all the Eagle fans that are in here. Gannon was a crumb. You see his speech to the team. No one respects that. Okay. Well, at least Noah Brown did make the Houston Texans roster.
Oh, he finally made a team.
East Side.
Yeah, East Side. I think he's 4th or 5th wide receiver.
I thought he was going to be number 1. The way the East Side Hill talks.
Well, yeah, the way East Side. Well, he basically said Brandon Cooks is ass.
Well, Brandon Cooks is probably the number 3, I think.
Probably a little butthurt,
I think this will be whose last year with the Cowboys, Reuben S. Easy 12-plus win season this year, Glenn says. That's barring serious injuries. Always teams that look tough from last season when we play them that will drop off. We always win games we should lose.
I'm just looking at the schedule.
What, Twiz, you're trying to be civil? Dude, come on, man. You know I love you. I love Rashid too, but I keep a foot in his ass.
Begins.
About his team, man.
Just like Rashid says, the clowning begins.
At some point, it's kind of like, in a marriage, you bite your tongue and you choose your battles, okay? Because what thing are you going to fall on your sword with? And at some point, you just kind of say,
Jordan Lewis.
Come on, man. Enough.
Jordan Lewis.
I am sick and tired of listening to you guys bloviating about how good you guys are. We the best team out there. Cowboys suck. And somehow you can't seem to beat us very often. You can't.
Or even that's talking about Jordan Lewis.
Oh, Jordan Lewis. Okay, yeah, it probably will be his last year. But he has experience. If you can bring a guy like that off the bench, if he's healthy, hey. And after hearing about his mental challenges and things.
I heard something, but I never had a chance to read the article or see they went to his house?
Yeah. Because he wouldn't answer phone calls and texts. He was going through depression, dealing with the foot injury and healing and everything else.
That's understandable.
And the thing is, we don't think of football players as people, but they are people. They have problems. They are people that happen to be football players and are getting paid a lot of money. Doesn't mean that they don't have problems out there. If you take if you take 3,000 people from around you, you're going to find some people that aren't too bright. You're going to find some that are really smart. You're going to find ones that do some stupid ass shit. You're going to find some that might be criminally deviant. You might find some that are just plain crazy. You take that same cross section of NFL players, they're going to be the same as well. Take a look at Hernandez, that criminal mind right there, and Cray. And so on, or Ray Caruth, So understand,
Eddie Cruz?
There's going to be people that end up having, some depression. And being in football, you think that everything that you have worked for has been building you up to be in the NFL? And I hate to tell you, that's about the biggest thing where you can be disappointed from. You can be cut at any moment. You can be trashed every day in the media. I wonder with Dak Prescott, I went to ask you this before, if Dak Prescott likes the fact that he is the topic of conversation on everything.
I think it would have to get
I
old.
thought he doesn't even Look
I
at
think it
social
would
media
have
like
to get
that.
old, Mark.
They say, well, from what I'm told,
What's up, Coles Cowboys?
you don't talk social media and stuff at his
you get
house.
the boot.
Yeah, you get the boot. You leave that shit at the door. That's what I'm told.
I think he's human, man. There's no need for the type of trolling that he deals with. Listen, the fans that don't follow the Cowboys, or even some Cowboy fans, whatever, he can deal with that. But when your peers, ex-NFL players like a Shady McCoy, just go out of their way.
Do you really think he gives a rat's ass of what Shady McCoy has to say?
I think
Shady McCoy's got a whole lot of baggage in his closet
it's not
there.
just Shady, though. It's ex-players that come out like the Bart Scott. I'm not saying he loses sleep, but if you watch it, you got to be a little butthurt over it because they're not being fair about it. They're not being
The
fair.
question you have to ask is that their personal feelings or is that the script that's being fed to them?
But this is
because come on, you can almost go from Get Up to First Take. Every one of the shows have the exact same narratives.
You got to have some accountability. Whatever comes out of your pie hole,
narratives
you gotta be able
undisputed.
to have some friggin'
There is
It's all the same.
This day and age, there's no accountability for
That sucks,
shit. You can say, listen,
why I don't like it.
You can go back to the whole Mike Farello saying there might be a tape out there 10 times worse than Ray Rice of Dez Bryant. And started off a whole fucking firestorm when he was trying to get paid. And everybody's looking for this video. Everybody trashed his ass. And they ended up going through. The police were called 6 times to, to his house, right? Starting off, you had literally thought it was freaking Miami Vice coming there with the SWAT team and everything else to Dez Bryant's house, that he's, running the crack house or something like that. All these things were said. Ain't none of this shit come true, and ain't nobody ever said you were wrong.
Yeah, that's not right. It's really not. But you asked if Dak gets upset or does he care? I think he would care about just being. I don't know. Maybe not. He's always Mr. Company line, So I think he would care. He goes out of his way not to be that way or run his mouth negative about any players.
Some people feed off of that.
I know,
and maybe that's the thing that motivates him.
Maybe.
Because all these people that say you're going to be flipping burgers in 2 years. Yeah, how'd that work out? How'd that work out there? I'm still here. Yeah, right. We have gone through Carson Wentz is better, Jared Goff is better, Deshaun Watson is better, Kyler Murray is better. I mean, we've gone through every year. It's a new flavor of somebody who is. This year it's Justin Herbert.
Kyle Murray may not even start the whole season.
Bring Matt Stafford back home.
Right.
They might be tanking.
Win a Super Bowl.
They might be taking.
Yeah, that's all.
And did we see what it took for Matthew Stafford to win a Super Bowl? Do we honestly look and say Matthew Stafford was the only reason that they won that Super Bowl? No, Scott Akers, that gets called overrated, but hate on every day.
Matt almost cost
there you go.
Super Bowl.
Right. I'm like, you see how many pick sixes he threw that season? I think it was 6. He had 17 interceptions.
But you know what, though, people and Mark? He was throwing.
He had 17.
With no fear. Why? Because he had such a great defense. People couldn't capitalize.
Look at the freaking weapons he had.
Exactly.
They already had Cooper Kupp, and they said, okay, let's bring in Odell Beckham to go with him and go with Jefferson and everything.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp. That's it.
Odell, Cooper Kupp, Jefferson.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp.
Gerald.
Van Jones. Come on, man. And the defense that they had with Aaron Donald. Come on, dude.
Come on now.
And the this is what
the dude that's in Buffalo.
Mike, get your friend. Mike, get your friend, man.
Your friend too.
No. He ain't my friend no more. He ain't my friend this week. Okay. No, this look, hate week starting early.
It ain't game week yet.
I know we're starting early because this shit's been pinned up. I've been listening to him talking about my Cowboys
all season since you got here.
I watched the program this morning.
All my little all my little videos, what do you mean my little videos? Are you talking down to me?
Yeah, sitting in your house.
Oh man, you know what this mother humper did this morning? Now, normally I come down here and he's wide awake and says, "Hey, good morning. Did you hear about what they're talking about this morning?" And I'm like, "No, man. Thanks for the tip."
No, I didn't
I come down this morning and I said, "He's still asleep."
You keep doing that.
He's still asleep, and so I'm like getting set up for my show and stuff. And he sits up, and I said, "Oh, I hope I didn't wake you." I was awake. I was just watching TV. So you couldn't say hello, good morning, how you doing? No. See, hate weeks have started early. See.
Mark Holmes.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take that blanket. I'm taking that New York Giants blanket, and that's going to the fire pit tonight. That's going to the fire pit tonight.
Hold on. First of all, you're lying.
I'm not lying.
The clowning begins.
Look, he didn't even. I'm sorry, Brian. I'm sorry. You're in the middle of a family feud here, okay?
You're good, man.
It's gonna be a crazy week.
I'm not doing this with you.
It's starting on Thursday night.
He's like, I just can't.
Hey,
Rashid.
Hey,
love you, bro.
There's gonna be a video on this channel. Maybe Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
We'll start uploading on this channel again starting Wednesday.
You see what I have to deal with here, Brian.
I do. I definitely do.
It's okay, Rashid.
That's all right.
Hate week is gonna start on your channel.
I invited the devil into my den.
Oh my God.
Is it too soon to plug his channel?
Oh, you woke up. You came downstairs. I was up.
Stinking Sports
And you
Entertainment.
didn't even say hello.
The New York Giants page is the Stinking Sports Entertainment.
You didn't even say hello.
Subscribe. Stinking Sports
All right.
Entertainment.
All I know is I hope that the Cowboys go to that ass next week and pay you back.
Oh, Danny. Danny. Don't fumble it. Don't fumble it. Oh, I just said this thing. Don't fumble it. Rashid. Let's go. Rashid, look. You know you're hold on.
I got the iPad, my phone, so I'll be watching.
Okay. Twist said Rashid gonna kick you out and send you to the red brick house after the.
Exactly.
No. I tell you what. Exactly. If the Giants win, Rashid might be homeless. Okay. No. Rashid, I hope you got a backup plan, bro. Okay. Because you know what? I don't know that I could take you finally having a victory. I don't know about that.
Against the Cowboys.
Against the Cowboys. Teams. Oh no! I just can't.
But would you be satisfied if we still made the playoffs?
Yeah, I would, but I can't listen. I can't listen to Rashid talking about.
Oh, they finally beat Dak
I can see him walking around with his scooter and saying, "How about the Cowboys?"
But he'll have something to say to Philly 400 too, because they finally beat Dak Prescott if they win on next Sunday. If Philly 400, they haven't done that. They're gonna beat Dak Prescott.
Not gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen either.
All right, so Brian, what you got coming up on your channel, man?
Well, tomorrow night, me and Primetime Phil, we have our Saturday Live at 7:00 on Primetime Phil.
What y'all gonna be talking about?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a video in the morning, just all things Cowboys, just a little, set the stage for game week. So I'm going to try and get that up tomorrow morning. Yeah, that's right now. That's what we got going on for the weekend. About it, man. It's kind of like slow now, right? All the news has been had.
Well, it's right now. It's just everybody's waiting. It's the weekend. It's the holiday weekend, the last taste of summer, and then it's time to get our football on. So everybody, I appreciate my man Game Time Brian. He is definitely putting in the work and stuff. Definitely check him out because he is giving up his lunch hour. Is it an hour or is it 30 minutes?
I get 30 minutes.
He's giving up his lunch half hour for you guys. And he's definitely putting in the work and stuff, so definitely check out his channel, Game Time Brian, and sub up to him because he took the chip. He took it like a man, too, and it almost killed him. And definitely check out him as well as Prime Time tomorrow. All right, we're gonna get ready to roll out of here because tomorrow morning I got to get out of here because I just can't take Rashid anymore. I can only take small. I can only take
Stinking Sports Entertainment.
Get out.
If you want to see this man, Stinking Sports Entertainment, and we will have a video out next week before the game. Before I go out of town next week.
Just want the meltdown.
Hey, that's what everybody likes to see.
Of course we want the meltdown.
That's what your fans want to see. They want to see you melt down.
And you will be at the game, right, Brian?
Yes, I will. So we'll have to. I'll have my Wi-Fi with me. Not that I don't know that I'll need it, but just in case, and maybe we can zoom in and do a little.
Well, we'll be live streaming from 1 o'clock on. So maybe when you're at the get to the stadium and stuff, and you're outside, you can give us the taste of the atmosphere there. How many Cowboy fans? You've been to the Giant Stadium?
Yes, I have. I really like it. Actually,
I've been there. Every time I've been there, we've won. The last time I think I was there was it the Catch No Catch? I'm sorry, not the catch. I mean the Odell catch.
When we won. So remember, I went and saw you with you the week before, and then the following week I went to MetLife. So yes, I'll be in the end zone. So we'll see. I'm like right near the Dallas tunnel. So
that was actually Joe Boo's first game. First professional game was after the Giants won the Super Bowl. The season opener.
There you go. See?
Yep, and I took Joe Boo, and Giant fans were laughing at me the first half. By the second half, they were saying, "Fuck you, Joe Boo."
I think it's going to be a close game, Mark.
It may be. Daniel Jones is playing better. He's got better weapons and stuff.
I'll be watching.
So we'll have to wait and see.
I just feel like it's.
Daniel Jones?
I obviously think we're going to win. I'm going to redo my picks, but
why aren't you not on camera?
Daniel Jones. I just said Daniel.
Nothing about Jalen Hurts.
He always. Didn't I just say Jalen Jones is playing well?
Well, he was over there watching us wrestling while you were talking about Jalen Hurts.
I literally just said Daniel Jones has been playing well. We said the game's gonna be close, and he's over. You're always talking about Daniel.
You always talking about Daniel Jones.
I drafted Daniel Jones as my backup QB in fantasy. He's okay.
You don't say
Sam who? Sam who?
Sam I.
Sam who? I don't know. Sam
Lord.
God.
Oh my God.
Damn, he's getting hot.
Because he has never beaten Dak Prescott.
He's my quarterback.
You never beat the Dallas Cowboys or Dak Prescott.
He's improving.
Look, I think.
Come back at me. Come back at us when he beats Dak Prescott.
Here's the deal. Now he's got.
Come back at us when he beats Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
Something because he is definitely pissed.
I think we're going to have to get him a lollipop.
Okay.
He's about to explode. Oh my God, boy, he's wound up tonight. He's wound up, but we love you, man. All right, good people. I think we've had enough here tonight. Definitely check out Prime Time and Game Time tomorrow. And I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna slap Rashid around a little bit. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And remember, we are just going to do it live.
For us today, and we will leave you with a. I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
Yeah, I think I heard.
5, 4, 3. That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly.